Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Jack here, and look around, 7 in the morning, my backyard garden, fresh air, fresh mind, no distractions, no noise, just me, you, and the truth. I'm 72 years old, and I'm going to tell you something real today. Something people don't want to hear, but I'm telling you anyway, because at 72, you see things, you understand things, and most of it, it's harsh. This video is going to piss some of you off. Some of you are going to click away. Some of you are going to say, I'm wrong, and that's okay. But if you stick around, you're going to understand what it actually means to get old in this world. And more than that, you're going to understand what you can do about it. Reality number one, your body stops working like it used to. I'm going to be blunt. At 72, your body is not what it was at 40 or 50 or even 60. I remember when I could wake up and just go. I could bend down without thinking about it. I could carry groceries. I could move without pain. Now, every movement matters. Every choice has a consequence. I get out of bed slower, not because I'm lazy, but because my joints need a second to remember what they're supposed to do. I went to pick up my granddaughter last week. She's 6. She weighs maybe 50 pounds. And you know what? I felt it in my back, in my knees, in my shoulders. That's the reality nobody tells you. Your body doesn't just slow down, it becomes fragile. And the worst part, you're still the same person inside. You still feel like you're 40. But when you try to do what you did at 40, your body says no. That's reality number one, and it sucks. Reality number two, society has already written you off. Here's the thing that really gets me. The second you hit 70, society decides you're done, you're old, you're irrelevant, you're supposed to sit in a chair and wait to die. I walk into a room. People look through me. Not at me. Through me. I went to a store yesterday. Young guy working the register. Looked at me like I was a ghost. Like I didn't matter. Didn't make eye contact. Didn't care. At 72, you become invisible. And it's not just in stores. It's everywhere. Dating. Forget about it. People think you're creepy. Jobs, nobody's hiring a 72-year-old. Your opinions, people think you're outdated. You've lived your time. Now it's someone else's turn. Society has written the script for you, and in that script, you're supposed to fade away. Most guys, they accept that. They give into it. They become invisible because everyone expects them to. But here's what I realized. That's a choice. You don't have to accept it. Reality. Number three, your friends are actually dying. This one hits different when you're 72. You reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, and you find out they're gone. They had a heart attack, or cancer, or a stroke. I had lunch with a buddy last month, the first time I'd seen him in 5 years. We were talking about old times, and he says to me, Jack, we're the last ones left. And he wasn't exaggerating much. And at 72, you're at that age where people start disappearing and not moving away, not going into retirement, dying. It's a wake-up call real quick because you realize this is not unlimited time anymore. This is borrowed time. Every year, fewer and fewer people you knew. Every year, another funeral, another phone call telling you somebody else didn't make it. And you think about that. You think about how fast time moves, and you realize you'd better be doing something with it. Reality number four, the medical system sees you as a revenue stream. I've seen this firsthand. At 72, doctors don't want to make you better. They want to keep you sick because sick people take medication. Sick people come back to the office. Sick people generate revenue. I was on 5 medications when I turned 70. 5. Blood pressure meds, cholesterol meds, heart meds, pain meds, sleep meds. My doctor kept saying, yeah, Jack, you need another test. You need another scan. You might have this problem. And I kept saying, okay, because I trusted the system. But you know what? None of those medications actually fixed anything. They just masked the symptoms. They kept me dependent. They kept me coming back. And the cost, don't even get me started. The cost was killing me financially. At 72, the medical system has already decided your fate, and they're going to profit from it the whole way. Reality number 5, your energy is not coming back by itself. At 72, if you're tired, you're going to stay tired. Unless you do something about it. I was exhausted for years. I mean, bone tired. I'd wake up and feel like I hadn't slept. I'd drag through the day and I'd collapse at night. I went to doctors. They said, well, you're 72. That's just what happens. No, that's not what happens. That's what happens to people who've given up. Your body needs fuel, real fuel, not the processed garbage everybody eats. Your body needs nutrition, actual nutrients, and your body needs movement. not sitting in a chair, not being sedentary. But here's the reality. Most 72-year-old guys, they're doing neither. They're eating whatever and they're sitting around, and then they wonder why they're exhausted. Your energy is not coming back unless you actually make it come back. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Reality number 6, time is actually finite. Now, when you're young, you think you have forever. You think, oh, I'll do that next year. I'll travel next year. I'll call my friend next year. At 72, you understand, time is not infinite. I'm 72. If I live to 85, that's 13 more years. That's 156 months. That's 4,145 days. When you actually do the math, it changes how you think about things. You stop wasting time. You stop making excuses. You stop putting things off because you realize very clearly that you're not promised tomorrow. Reality number 7, loneliness is real and it's everywhere. At 72, a lot of guys are alone. Their wives passed. Their kids don't call as much. Their friends are gone or dealing with their own stuff. And loneliness, it's not just sad, it's deadly, literally deadly. Lonely people live shorter lives. Lonely people get sicker. Lonely people are more prone to depression. And at 72, you've got to actively fight loneliness. You've got to create connection. You've got to reach out. Most guys don't. Most guys sit alone and they fade away. Reality number 8, your appearance actually matters. I know some people don't want to hear this, but it's true. At 72, if you look terrible, people treat you differently. They respect you less. They assume you've given up. But if you take care of yourself, if you look healthy, if you've got some muscle, if your skin is good, everything changes. People treat you different. They listen to you more. They take you seriously. And it's not about vanity. It's about self-respect. It's about showing up in the world as someone who still cares about themselves. Reality number 9, your relevance is dying. This is a hard one, but at 72, the world is moving on without you. Technology is changing, culture is changing, the way people communicate is changing. And if you're not paying attention, you become obsolete. You become the guy who doesn't understand how things work, the guy who's too old to learn, the guy who nobody wants to hire or listen to. At 72, staying relevant means staying engaged. It means learning. It means not accepting that you're done. Most guys accept it. They step back. They become irrelevant. Reality, pretend, death is actually coming. This is the biggest reality, and the one nobody wants to talk about. At 72, you're not young anymore. You're in the final chapters, not the final pages, but not the middle of the book either. And that's actually good, because it forces you to decide, how do you want to spend the time you have left? Are you going to spend it sitting around, tired, sick, watching TV? Or are you going to spend it actually living, actually doing things, actually being present? That's reality number 10, and it's the most important one. Now, I'm telling you all those harsh realities, and I know it sounds bleak, but here's the thing, I didn't accept any of it. At 70, I looked in the mirror, and I saw a guy that I didn't recognize. He was soft, he was tired, he was fading, and I thought about those harsh realities. I thought about my friends who were dying. I thought about my energy being gone. I thought about society writing me off, and I made a decision. I said, no, I was not going to be that guy. I started researching. What actually happens to men at 70? What actually makes them sick? What actually kills them? And I found something interesting. The conventional wisdom about aging, it's wrong. Most doctors tell you at 72, you're just old. This is what happens. But that's not actually true. What's true is this. At 72, your body is extremely responsive to how you treat it. Maybe even more responsive than when you were young, because at 72, you don't have the buffer anymore. You can't eat garbage for years and still be okay. Every choice matters immediately. So I changed everything. Everything. I went carnivore, mostly animal products, meat, eggs, butter. That's the core. Now, I know that sounds crazy, especially for someone my age. Doctors would tell you that's the worst thing you could do. But here's what happened. In the first month, my energy came back, actually came back. For the first time in 5 years, I woke up and felt like myself. In the first 3 months, I lost 25 pounds, not because I was starving, but because my body finally had real nutrition. In the first 6 months, my blood work changed so dramatically, my cardiologist took me off 3 medications. 3. He said, Jack, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. At 72, that's not supposed to happen. Your health is not supposed to improve like that. But mine did. See, at 72, your body doesn't want to be sick. It doesn't want to be tired. It doesn't want to be in pain. Your body wants to heal. It wants to feel good. It wants to be strong. But most 72-year-old guys are poisoning their bodies with sugar and processed garbage. So their bodies can't do what they naturally want to do. When you stop poisoning your body, when you actually give it real nutrition, it responds fast. I'm 72. I should be on 5 medications. I should be tired. I should be falling apart, but I'm not, because I made a choice about what goes in my mouth. Let me be specific, because specificity matters. Energy. I wake up at 6 a.m. I'm awake, alert, ready to go. I don't need coffee to function. I don't need stimulants. I just naturally have energy. Appearance. I look different. I lost the softness. I've got definition. I look like a 72-year-old who takes care of himself, not like a 72-year-old who's given up. Strength. I can pick up my granddaughter without pain. I can work in my garden for hours. I can move without creaking. My joints don't hurt. Mental clarity. This is huge. My brain is sharp. I'm thinking clearly. I'm engaged. I'm present. Longevity. My doctor says, Jack, based on your blood work, you could easily live another 20 years, maybe 25 more years. That's a huge number at 72. Most 72-year-old guys, they're not thinking about living to 97. They're just hoping to make it to 85. Now, people always ask, Jack, how much does this cost? I spend about $50 a week on food. That's it. I buy eggs, I buy chicken, I buy ground beef from Costco, regular grocery store stuff. You don't need to be rich to do this. You need to make a choice. And that choice, it costs $50 a week, but it saves you thousands in medical bills. It saves you from taking 5 medications. It saves you from feeling like garbage. Every day I eat eggs for breakfast, sometimes with bacon, sometimes with sausage. For lunch and dinner, I eat meat, chicken, beef, pork, sometimes ground beef, sometimes steak. I drink water, black coffee if I want coffee. That's it. I don't eat vegetables. I don't eat grains. I don't eat sugar. It sounds restrictive, but it's not. Because I feel so good, because my energy is so good, because I'm not craving anything else. My wife, she'll make her pasta, she'll make her sweets, and I'll have some meat, I'll have some butter, and I'm satisfied. Now, people say, Jack, what about cholesterol? What about your arteries? My cholesterol is in a healthy range. My doctor was shocked. People say, Jack, you're missing nutrients. My blood work shows I'm not deficient in anything. In fact, my nutrient levels are better than they were at 50. People say, Jack, that can't be healthy at your age. I'm 72. I feel better than I did at 55. My doctor says I'm in the best health he's seen in a 72-year-old in years, so I'm not worried about the objections, because the results speak for themselves. But here's what's deeper than the diet. When you take care of yourself at 72, when you actually invest in your health, your entire perspective changes. You stop being invisible. You have energy. People actually listen to you. You're not on 5 medications. You're not dragging. You're present. You're not dying, you're actually living, and that changes everything. It changes how you move through the world. It changes how people respond to you. It changes how you see yourself. You're not accepting the harsh realities I talked about in the first section. You're rewriting them. Here's what I want you to understand. This is not just about living longer. This is not just about losing weight. This is not just about feeling better. This is about dignity. At 72, society tells you that you're done. Your job is to fade away quietly, to not take up space, to not be a burden. And most guys accept that. They accept the role they've been given. They accept being written off, but you don't have to. When you take care of your health at 72, when you actually show up for yourself, you're making a statement. You're saying, I matter, my life matters, I'm not done yet. And that matters more than anything else. I think about this a lot now. At 72, I think about what I'm leaving behind. Not money, not possessions. But example. My granddaughter watches me. She sees a 72-year-old man who has energy, who can play with her, who can be present. She's not seeing someone who's given up. She's not seeing someone who's waiting to die. She's seeing someone who's alive. And that's what I want to leave behind. The example that you don't have to accept the role society gives you. You can be different. You can be better at any age. So here's what I want you to do. If you're 50, 60, 70, if you're watching this and you're feeling some version of those harsh realities, do this. For 1 week, cut out the sugar, cut out the processed food, eat meat, eat eggs, eat butter. Just 1 week. See how you feel. See how your energy changes. See how your mind gets clearer, because I'll guarantee you something shifts. And then you'll understand why I'm telling you all this, because it works. At 72, I understand something most people don't. Life is short, really short, and you get to decide how you spend it. You can spend it tired, you can spend it sick, you can spend it fading away, or you can spend it alive, actually alive, with energy, with presence, with dignity. It's a choice. Every single day, it's a choice. And the beautiful thing, it's not complicated, it's not expensive, it's not difficult. It's just eggs and meat, that's it. Listen, I'm gonna be direct with you. If you're watching this right now, you're at a crossroads. You're either gonna keep doing what you've been doing, or you're gonna actually make a change. And I get it. Change is scary. It's easier to stay the same. It's easier to accept the role society gave you. It's easier to fade away quietly, but that's not you. If you're watching this at 72, at 60, at 50, you're someone who wants more. You're someone who's not ready to give up. So here's what I need you to do right now. Not because I need the algorithm boost, but because it signals to YouTube that this message matters, that people care about real talk, real solutions, and every like is you saying, this matters to me. Because this is not a one-time thing. This is about building a community of people who refuse to accept society's expectations, who refuse to fade away. New videos every week, real content, no fluff. You'll get updates that can change your life. Don't miss them right now. Don't wait. Text it to your brother, call your dad, send it to that friend who's struggling, because there's someone in your life right now who thinks they're done, who thinks this is it. And you might be the person who shows them it doesn't have to be. You might be the one who gives them hope. That's powerful. Don't waste that opportunity. Tell me your story. Are you 72? Are you 60? Are you struggling with these same harsh realities? Tell me what resonates with you. Tell me what you're going to try. Tell me what's holding you back, because I read every single comment. I respond to as many as I can. And your story, it might inspire someone else watching who's on the fence. Maybe you're thinking, but Jack, I've tried everything. I'm too far gone. No, you're not. I've heard from guys who were on 7 medications, who had given up completely, who thought 72 was the end of the line, and they made a change. They did the carnivore thing, and they felt alive again. Maybe you're thinking, yeah, Jack, that's too extreme. I can't give up everything. You don't have to. You just have to start. 1 week, that's all I'm asking. 1 week of real food, 1 week of cutting out sugar, 1 week, and see what happens. Maybe you're thinking, what, Jack, people are going to judge me. People are going to say I'm crazy. Let them. At 72, you've earned the right to not care what people think. You've earned the right to do what's best for you. And honestly, once people see the results, once they see your energy, once they see you're actually alive, they're going to want what you've got. This is not about vanity. This is not about looking good in a mirror. This is about dignity. This is about showing up. This is about refusing to accept the script society wrote for you. And you're not alone in this. There's a whole community of people, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, who are doing this, who are thriving, who are refusing to fade away. And you can be part of that. So like, subscribe, share, comment, do it right now. Don't put it off, because your life, it matters. Your health, it matters. Your presence, it matters. And someone needs to hear that from you today. I'm Jack, and I'm here for you. I'll see you in the next one. I'm 72 years old. By society's standards, I should be irrelevant. I should be tired. I should be fading, but I'm not. And it's not because I'm special. It's not because I've got great genetics. It's not because I'm lucky. It's because I made a choice, and you can make that choice too, right now, today. Stop accepting the harsh realities. Stop accepting the role society gave you. Start taking care of yourself. Start showing up for yourself, because your life, your presence, your energy, it matters at any age. I'm Jack. I'm 72, and I'm just getting started. I'll see you in the next one.